All right, 3, 2, 1, man. I got a juicy one for you. 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Let me just start that over. 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Welcome to another episode 931 of What's Your Problem, the podcast. I'm so excited about bringing this episode to you, man. Dude, it's hot off the press. I just got finished reading out of Ray Dalio's book this morning, Principles. If you have not read it, I've read it several times. I haven't read it in years, though, so I just looked at the old shelf and said, you know what? I hadn't cracked this one in a while. Opened it up and read a tiny section, man. Set my timer aside for 20 minutes, and I think after about 15 minutes, I'm like, I get it. I know what I want to unpack. And so what I want to unpack today, and I titled this episode, Don't Believe Everything That You Think. There are two barriers that are holding you back from realizing your potential. On page 186 of Ray Dalio's book, Principles, let me read to you what he writes. He said, when trying to figure things out, most people spin. I love that word. Most people spin in their own heads instead of taking in all the wonderful thinking available to them. Now, let's just stop the bus right there. And think about times when you've just been knotted up trying to figure something out. Where'd you go? Right back in your own head. And what happens in your own head? That tiny little space, you spin. It's almost as if, like when I was thinking about it this morning, it's almost like, you ever been to one of those, like at the Civic Center, and they have these motocross people come in, these daredevils, and some of them jump over cars, but then they have the other one where they lock them inside this steel ball, and they just loop around in circles. You go, that is the image. When I thought about spinning in your head, that's the image that I got. And so for us, like those motocross riders in this little steel ball, it's the same thought, different day. Same pattern, different problem. But here's what's beautiful, and I think Dalio points it out beautifully. He said, there's wonderful thinking, love those words, wonderful thinking available to you. But see, it's not in you. It's outside of you. And so while it's noble, and I do believe in trying to figure things out on your own, I do believe in the FIO muscle, that you should figure things out on your own. That's noble. But figuring it out on your own means sometimes that you got to step outside yourself. And there are tons, unlimited, wonderful resources that are available outside of you, that are just waiting to be tapped through books, through podcasts, through videos. And I'm saying this, that you don't absorb yourself in those things to validate what you're already thinking. What are some contrarian ways of looking at things? What are some things, some perspectives, even if you're reading outside of your field or outside the stuck problem? You should be looking in some of those things. Okay, how do I get unstuck? Okay, how can I draw in some of these other perspectives from other people? And absorb yourself, again, not to pat yourself on the back and be like, see, that's what I thought. No, it's getting outside of your head. That's what we're talking about. So let me get back to the book. As a result, people continually run toward what they think they see. I love that line. What you think that you see. That's the biggest head fake of them all. Because, see, what you think you see, you're looking through the lens that's shaped by your past, your pain, your environment, your wiring. You're not seeing what's real. You're seeing what you've already been trained to see. And so what happens? You keep crashing into the same old problems. And then eventually, remember the time frame we're on, eventually and ultimately, you hit the wall. You have all these bruises, all these busted attempts, and you finally get to this point in your life, hand raised, where you finally do what you should have done from the get-go. Adapt. If only you would have suspended your judgment and not relied on your opinions and drawn on other people's perspectives and used all the wonderful resources that were around you. The only thing we had to do was adapt. That's it. And bro, it's like comical. It's funny, but it's not funny. Because you're just like, bro, it's that simple. Life is simple. It's not easy, man, but it's simple. We make it way so complex. And part of the complexity is we stay on our own heads. The good news is there's a solution. Dalio says the people who are adaptable, that's the people, man, we want to become. The people who are adaptable, they're adaptable in 3 ways. 3 easy ways. Number 1, you teach your brain to work in a way that doesn't come naturally. If it feels unnatural, you're on the right track. So this might mean as a creative person, you get disciplined. You put some structure in. Or a hyper-logical thinker learns to lean into their emotions and intuitions a little bit. You got to teach your brain how to work. And so that means, again, that you have to suspend your judgment, your opinions, your experience. You got to unlearn, man. You got to get a little bit unhinged. Don't believe everything that you think. Don't believe everything that you think you see. Remember, we're getting outside of ourselves. So you got to teach your brain how to work. Otherwise, man, you're going to revert back to going unconscious. You just do things on repetition. See, understand this. The way that you've trained yourself, your brain to work right now is decades. I mean, dude, you've been doing it. You probably did it as a baby because you watched your parents do it. You watched your siblings do it. Your environment do it. And so understand this thing has been cabled up for a long time. You got some steel cables to unravel. Good news is there's some easy solutions to start working out of. And dude, this is a lifestyle. Everything I talk about, man, are not fads. I try to talk about things that you can incorporate into your life simply. And the first thing is teach your brain how to work in ways that are unnatural. So that means that you absorb things that are a little bit outside of your field. That this is why I'm a big fan of random reading, is drawing in other perspectives. And sometimes, dude, I'll be stuck with a problem and reading something else that I think has nothing to do with the problem. And then you come across something, you're like, oh my God, I'm reading about this. And all of a sudden it relates to the thing that I'm knotted up, the thing that I'm stuck with. It's about that perspective. But if all you're doing is reading the same thing inside your head every single day, you're going to forever stay stuck. Forever. Or you're going to sabotage, or you may get a little bit outside of it, and then you'll get right back into it because you're not expanding and teaching your brain how to work. You're in control of your brain. You got to teach that little 3-pound sucker how to think. And again, if it feels unnatural, good, you're on the right path. And this is why I say that you got to know yourself. You got to know your tendencies. If you're barking out things like, this is just the way I am, man, it's the way I've always been. All those things have gotten you to where you are today. Is this where you want to stay? Probably not. You wouldn't be listening to this if this is where you want to stay. So, bro, when you just, make life spicy. Have fun with it. I mean, stop looking at everything as a, see, I told you so. See, I told you it wouldn't work. No, just try different things. Sample different things. You got a long life ahead of you, man. I mean, besides, if things don't pan out really well, stop looking at everything one shot, one kill. Everything's got to work. Try different things. Draw it in. This is what's going to keep you open and flexible and open-minded. This is really what he's talking about. And doing these things, bro, some of this stuff, man, you're going to look back on it years later, you're going to be like, it's laughable, okay? You get to joke about it. You get to laugh at yourself. And you should be laughing at yourself, man. You should, stop getting all crusty and rigid and just, look, you have options. But, man, sometimes, man, you just got to broaden your perspectives out. All right, another way of being adaptable. So remember, the first way is you got to teach your brain to work. Not just by reading. Work means you read some things and then you go apply it. So you work it, teach your brain to work in ways that are unnatural, okay? Put your ego aside. Stop. I don't want to look foolish. Yeah, I'm willing to look stupid. I'm willing to say stupid things. I'm willing to look foolish. It's only temporary. The second thing is people who are adaptable use compensating mechanisms. Okay, this is important. Know yourself. Okay? So maybe you need timers. I have to have timers. Otherwise, bro, I'll just drift off. I have to set my timer in the morning for, 20 minutes of random reading, for 20 minutes to write. Sometimes I go over, but on that timer, I look, I'm like, you got a little time here? Can we go a little over before a commercial break? Yes. So, but I have to put these timers in. Otherwise, bro, I just get lost in the sauce and then I don't get to other things. So people who are adaptable know themselves. They put timers, they put reminders in. I have to. Old Siri, I tell her all the time, hey, remind me at 12 o'clock for this. Remind me on Monday for this. I ain't going to remember it. And then checkpoints. The checkpoints I talk about all the time. 6 checkpoints. Wake up at a set time, write, read, work out, share something, which is what I'm doing right now, something of value. There's enough BS in the world. And then design my day. I got to eat today. I know what I'm going to eat. I know what I'm going to wear. Okay, boom, go. And it's just I keep things super, super simple. But they're simple, they're measurable, they're repeatable. And this is what, stuff like this, timers, reminders, checkpoints, this is what's going to keep you aligned and from drifting. And you're not, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built every day. Okay? This is the Rome for you, man. Just keep things simple. Chase the effort, not the results. Go back. There's an episode. I don't even know what number it is. Go back and listen to that episode. That's exactly the title of it. Chase the effort, not the results. The results are going to be what they are. But if you consistently chase that effort and it's aligned, bro, you're going to be just fine. All right, the last one. The last way that people who are adaptable, they teach their brain how to work unnaturally. They use compensating mechanisms, timers, reminders, checkpoints, and then thirdly, they rely on the help of others who are strong where they are weak. That's a big one. Stop acting like you got it all figured out. Are you one of those, I know, yeah, I know, and you really don't? Because there's more out there that you don't know than you do know. And I think people who are strong are the ones who admit, bro, I don't know nothing about that. Had a new manager come on board with us and extremely accomplished and like half my age. She's sharp as a tack. And she hit me with some things. I've been in the business longer than her. She hit me with things I ain't never heard of. And I was the first one. I was like, what the hell does that mean? And she broke it all down to me. Boom. And don't you know, like, she said this to other people and they didn't even say, they said, oh, okay, thanks. They didn't even unpack what she's taught. And it's rich with data, rich with ways of looking at that, new ways of looking at it. Okay? New ways of looking at it. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to be a know-it-all. I want to be a know-at-all kind of guy. I don't know at all. Teach me. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to learn. All right? You have strengths, but other people have strengths too. So while you lean on them, because there are things that you're weak at. And so while you lean on them, there are things that you're good at, you're strong at, that they can lean on you. And so this is how deep relationships are formed. This is how collaborations are formed. This is how you learn more, because you get outside of yourself and you stop holding on to your job title and your experience. Be a sponge, man. Not a brick. There's another episode I did some time back from Schwarzenegger's book. Be a sponge, not a brick. And he says so many times, man, people, they're bricks. It's like pouring water on a brick. Ain't nothing getting in. But be a sponge, man. You pour water, that knowledge, that's a metaphor for knowledge. You're good to go. All right, back to Dalio. None of these this is key. None of these individuals are able to succeed at any kind of complex project without the help of others who have complementary strengths. And he ends with this. Aristotle defined tragedy as a terrible outcome arising from a person's fatal flaw, a flaw that could have been fixed, and had it been fixed, would have led to a wonderful outcome. That flaw that Dalio says is in all of us, 2 things, your ego and your blind spots. And he says that's the 2 barriers that are keeping intelligent, hardworking people like you and me from living up to our potential. And when I say ego, man, I don't mean arrogance. Sometimes the ego, because I do believe you should have an ego, but not in the kind where you get trapped in your own head, refusing to ask for help, refusing to adapt, and refusing to learn a new way of thinking. So let me put a bow on all this. This way you just fast forward to the end. To be adaptable in life, get out of your own head. If you've been spinning around, whatever, if it's just a problem or you're just stuck in life, okay, you feel like you're just that motocross in the steel ball. Number one, teach your brain how to work in new ways. You're in control of that thing. Number two, use checkpoints or systems to stay aligned. Reminders, timers, know yourself. And number three, lean on the strengths of others. And be willing to let them lean on you as well. It's as simple as that. You got to let go of your pride and pick up your growth. All right? Let's get out of here. Please share this episode with one person who needs it, man. I love this episode. Super episode. And as I share it with you, this is what and this is what I believe you should do too. A little bit off track before I sign off. When you teach these things that you learn, I don't teach because I'm an expert. I'm learning just like you are. I'm just sharing behind a mic, and I drop it behind for a few reasons. So I can go back and listen to it because I get away from these things. B, so my children or loved ones or whoever, it's a chapter where you can go back and say, this is what I'm going through right now. That's why there's 931 episodes. Is because I want to give you different areas in your life that maybe you're struggling with, and it's that episode that helps you. And, so the second point, which I guess is probably the third too, the second reason why I leave it there is for my kids, and they can come back and listen to this even after dad's gone, and they're like, oh, okay, well, this is what I'm struggling with, and I won't be there. Or maybe they're away somewhere and I'm not available or whatever, or they want to try to figure it out on their own. Well, sometimes kids don't want to listen to their parents right then and there, so I just leave it behind. This is what I'm dealing with. A lot of the stuff, man, that I share are just reinforcements for me. And so as I teach these things, and then the third point, I leave it behind for you, because I feel like if I'm struggling with something, maybe you are too, somewhere out there. We're all over the world. So somebody's struggling with something, I leave it behind. But getting back to my point, when you share these things, the more you share these things, the more it reinforces and you get to understand this deeper. So it's not enough for me to just read something and write it. I have to talk it out. I have to share it. And so when you begin to think unnaturally, it's reading some of these things and then do a takeaway page. I actually forgot to talk about that, is writing these things out. What's your takeaway from what you just read? So it's these kind of different things. You got to do what works for you. And I'm not saying everybody should be behind a microphone. I'm not saying everybody should be on camera. Whatever works for you. Some people may want to do it through art. Some people may want to just do it at a meeting there at work, or just a little meeting with friends, or something to talk about at the table with others, whatever works for you, man. But it's important that you share these things. And as you do, again, it's not about proving some sort of smartness. Okay. I mean, about that, I'm the dumbest ex-offensive lineman there ever was. Okay. I just geek out on learning something new. This is why I write every single day. And so I have to share this thing. That's what you should be doing too, in a way that works for you. All right. So saying all that to say, help grow the show, man. Keep supporting the show. Thank you for all of those who leave a rating and review, and those who just keep coming back, man. There's so many of you that, and I'm not a downloads kind of person, but the downloads from all over the world, man, they just keep going up and up and up. And it's from you sharing it with other people. It's from you talking about different things and be like, bro, I shared your episode with somebody else. It's you leaving ratings and reviews. Hey, just pay it forward. That's all I ask you to do, man. Just pay that thing forward, because if it resonates with you, it'll probably resonate with someone else, and it can help them as well. So enough about that. I got to get ready for work. Remember, keep it simple, keep it moving, never settle, stay adaptable, stay tough. Peace.